So you've been waiting a long time after you felt in your heart the call. You've been trying to love yourself to see if that helped after meeting the true twin flame and falling in love and expecting the relationship to come between the two of you, and then learning that self-love is a good way to go there, and you did that. But it didn't work out yet, and time is ticking, and you know is it already time for union? Yeah, I think it is. And it didn't work out yet. So what to do? And should there be a time? Should it be now for you? Should there be a moment that comes for you in which you say, I give up on my twin flame, and then do something else with the rest of your life and your next lives of your eternity? Because you've waited enough. This was it. I wasted all my patience on them and all my self-love and all my so much self-learning I did. And yeah, now this was it, man. This is like beyond my boundaries. Okay, so yeah, I give up. It seems like a good idea. Should that come, that moment in which you think it is a good idea to give up on your twin flame? Is that a wise step? Well, I collected two possible answers for you that will give you some information that I hope helps you in this matter. And these two answers are yes and no. So let's look at them a little closer. Should you give up on your twin flame? No. Because you haven't really started the journey when you're not doing the right inner work. That's true, maybe shocking, but there it is. I thought, let's give it to you straight, because you want to be helped. You haven't really started. That's what I needed to conclude at a certain moment after going after the twin flame for decades and knowing that the call was in my heart and seeing all these people as them and failing to be with them at the same time, getting all these very deeply romantic, life-shattering, earth-shattering, life-breaking experiences with relationships and in my heart and in my experiential field, sometimes out of nowhere. And there was a time in which I realized that I hadn't done the journey yet. I hadn't even started yet. Because I always went a little deeper and then went back to my old life. Instead of going a little deeper and then going even more deep to go live there, where that brings you. And I hadn't really, I saw at a certain moment, done that. I hadn't really started yet with that right mindset of, I'm going to go all the way to the twin flame union, to harmonious twin flame union, even the state of consciousness it is all about, through which you will be guaranteed by life itself that you're going to go to the true twin flame with ease, in a way that will bring you joy instead of something else, or something that we hear a lot about, which is difficult, difficult, difficult. Yeah. There came this moment that I realized that I hadn't done that I hadn't truly moved through all those steps and stayed there. And that's where things started to change for me. And it was also difficult for me, so I understand, to do the real twin flame inner work that Divine Mother had pointed out to me that I needed to do since 2011, which was actually another version of what I was already doing with my first spiritual teacher, since the year 2000. But now I received this message from Divine Mother, which was more like on my own accord, right? And this developed indeed in my own teachership, into my own teachership later on. While at the beginning in 2000, with my first spiritual teacher, maybe it felt to me more like something that someone else came bringing to me that I could participate in, but it wasn't necessarily mine. Yeah, and then, I learned this from Divine Mother in 2011, but I took many years to really take it serious enough to go all the way with it. Which I'm not proud of saying that to you. It's some kind of crazy, actually, right? Who claims to be the spiritual teacher that has this beautiful channels tool from Divine Mother herself directly, and then also admits that she was dabbling around with that for years and years and years, like you may be doing with something that might be valuable for you. Also, so I also understand, or what maybe people are doing now with the key tool that it became to be known as the tool from Divine Mother for Twin Flames, for inner work, for moving forward on the journey and arriving. Yeah. So I did that, and I could have gone the whole way. I could have understood that I really needed to do the journey instead of halfway, or I could have understood that I needed to change my consciousness to completion and stay there, stick with it. Go through all the changes that makes me go through in my physical life as a result as well. It was difficult for me. But here we are today, and I can tell you that you want to give up on your twin flame journey because you haven't really started the journey yet. And you haven't really held on to the right twin flame inner work tool and done it to completion yet. So no, don't give up on your twin flame journey, because you're now you think about that question, you're at the beginning. Now you're going to go deeper, because now you're alerted to the fact that something else is needed. And you don't need to give up on your twin flame, because you do have one, and you are destined to be together, because that's the architecture of your soul. It's the blueprint of your being. This is not a figure of speech. It's not an idea only. Well, you're an idea in the mind of God, but that's via another route stating the same fact. That is that it's what you are. Don't you want to manifest and be what you are? It's actually nothing more natural than that. And the desire for that is profound and natural and everlasting. So even when you would give up on our twin flame, you would still feel that desire. It wouldn't go away, because it's natural to feel that in your heart. You can't, deny yourself enough out of that to never ever feel that ever again, because it's what you are. And there's no reason to not go the whole journey to what you really are, because you will make it come true. If you commit to the whole journey and do the whole tool that we have here for you, the right tool that we have here for you. So there's no need to give up. Oh yeah, you can postpone it by telling that to yourself that you don't need to go there now. Maybe in a decade, maybe later, maybe in the next lifetime, who knows, but not now. Okay. Well, that's not necessary. You're just deluding yourself. It's not necessary to think like that. The now is forever here now. And that's the consciousness space you're tapping into for harmonious twin flame union. So there is not even like a tomorrow after a decade or a next life. There's only the now. And you can choose to do that, step into the now or later, but that doesn't mean anything. It's now is the opening to do that. You can just do it. You can, while going that way, have your own rhythm and whatnot, and still live your life. But there will be more of your life when you fulfill that entire journey. There will be more of the real you when you finally arrive. It will only become more. So you also won't lose anything. And it's for free. So should you give up on your twin flame? No. You can realize that you want to go the entire journey. Step in the now and do the real inner work tool key that we got from Divine Mother. Should you give up on your twin flame? Yes, you should give up on your twin flame. You need to give up illusions to go to harmonious union with the true twin flame. You need to give up illusions. And, well, let me tell you, you have them. Even when you don't like that. I had them. I'm still working through the reverberation of harmonious union and still letting go of all the illusions that want to leave my life in so many life aspects. It's been a whole work of consciously working through all these self-delusions. And it can be done after the central core letting go of the delusion has been addressed and seen and fell away. So that is what you should let go of. That's what you should give up. And there's no way to not do that. There's no way to keep your illusions and go to harmonious twin flame union and to your true twin flame and be eternally together in joy and happiness with your illusions. So I felt that this was a good reason to stress that for you, that should you give up on your twin flame, well, you should give up on your illusions about who you are in twin flame union. Because maybe that's like another version of who you are. It's like your deeper self, your natural self, your divine self, who you are in divine light, who you are in union. That will be the version of you that will be there. And there might be so many things in you and surrounding you that you've accumulated that are blocking that clarity and that profound brilliance of that you. So it can't really come through then. Your harmonious union can't really come through because you are not purified enough to be that you are in your original version in your union. And it can be achieved to do that by letting go of those self-deluding ideas about who and what you are. And yeah, you do that by doing the key exercise at the core of it, and connecting with the community and with a teacher and stuff as well. For instance, asking for support is in general a very good idea. But also, your ideas about the true twin flame, you have to give up on them. Because maybe you think that a certain person must be the true twin flame, but are they really? Sometimes we have many people that feel like and seem like, in very many ways, even with signs and all, to be the true twin flame. But when you would really arrive in harmonious union in that moment, with the union coming together, sometimes you'll find out that that is another person. And retroactively, you wind off, just like that, all the illusions that had been loosened up and loosened up and loosened up and loosened up more and more over the course of your genuine journey. And then you're there, or like almost there, you're in front of it, and then all that loosened up stuff of what it was not, just in one moment dissipates. And now you understand why all this stuff was loosening up until you went to the true harmonious union state. Now you understand it because it's another person, and retroactively you can see that you actually always had been on the journey to that person, which is your true twin flame. Now everything makes sense in another way. That is completely logical and so profoundly true and fitting for uniquely you. This can happen. It's not always like that, but I've seen it happen a lot, so don't be surprised. And in another way, when you're with your true twin flame in the now, let's say this is like a timeline and there you are in harmonious union with the true twin flame, but you're now here. Let's say you are right. It's correct. This is the true twin flame for you. Because there's just this one. There's only one. It's not a label that you can hang on other people. They're not swapping bodies or anything. It's this one person. Okay, let's say you're right with yourself. You're correct with yourself, which is another possibility. That would be great. Having a false twin flame doesn't need to be a disaster as well, as you've seen, because the unwinding of the illusions is in fact the same. Because maybe you're here with a true twin flame, let's say, but you still think they're a little bit weird because they don't necessarily look like everything that you think your ultimate partner should have, because you've worked some of that out and made a list of it, and it doesn't really look that great. But let's say it is actually. Well, that's because you still need to have that whole journey to harmonious union. And then it seems better. Well, it seems perfect, but it also looks better to you. Then you're like, oh, but in this version of them, I can see it, right? But you're now in that version with them, which is also you is in that version of them, like with that distance to your true core, okay? But that's hard to see. That's difficult to see, and I understand it happens a lot. It happens all the time, that you can't really necessarily like judge, quote unquote, your own beingness as relating to your true core correctly, because it's hard to do that with yourself. Well, that's also why a teacher is handy, right, to have ask support and stuff. But anyway, so you might think, but this person doesn't look like the true twin flame, but they're just like you, still some developments and some letting go of illusions away from their true version of themselves, who they are in their union. So, and how do you make them go all that way to lose what they are in illusions to go to their union together with you? How do you make them do that? Well, because it's the true twin flame, this works exactly as a mirror by law. So you do your inner work to go from there to there. Seriously committed with the right tool. And now you make the choice to go the whole way instead of stopping somewhere in the middle and going back. And that's how they will do the same thing. And then you will recognize them. It will be your ultimate partner. You will click into this consciousness together. Things will work out from there because you've gone that route. So illusions about the true twin flame and who they are can also exist in that scenario. But the illusions about yourself are a good idea to focus on. When you say, should I give up on my twin flame? Yes. Because you need to work on your illusions now. And not on all your perhaps false ideas about what that all should be. You let that go. And then you go to the true experience, the true peace, the true twin flame, the true version of you, of who you are in that union. So I hope this helped. Manifest creativity. Creator of us all, be with me. When I open to connect with myself, when I uncover the creative source to retrieve her, the way you have placed it inside of me, and the way in which the exact same source moves and guides you as well. O divine Creator, make that I will be receptive to your voice and lead me to the rhythm of your breath, so that I will find the movement that leads me, find words for it, and can experience the being of them openly. Thank you for the abundance that is received in this moment. Thank you for the power that makes that I receive this moment. In this atmosphere, you are very welcome to come enjoy our beautiful small opportunities, which are plenty in our Facebook community. It's called Your Abundance, and you would be very welcome to come in this living room of us to practice the central twin flame healing tool called Key, Key. You can download documents about it. You can find information about it under the hashtag Key. Put it in the search bar and press enter. You can present us with your own posts how your practice of doing this crucial twin flame tool is working out for you on a daily basis and get support. But also we have a 4-event online live program there every month in which I am available for you, just like that, to meet, get to know each other, and every one of the 4 monthly events has their own theme. One is to learn that key twin flame inner work much better than you might already do. And another one is talking about your mission. We also have a Q&A as one of the 4, and we read a little bit in the A Course in Miracles book every month as well, because your consciousness attuned to the source of creation better is what makes your twin flame come into your life much more easy. And that attunement of your consciousness is supported through that book. These are some of the things that you can do in our Facebook group, Your Abundance. And it's just available for you, this space for you to learn and share. Another thing is that from the group out, you can book small appointments with me that are for a small fee. They're called key sessions, and I can guide you through your inner work personally. Also, we could just talk about anything you need my personal support for, right? Another beautiful thing in the Facebook group, exclusively for Facebook group members, just like the key session, is the Divine Love reading. This reading report of many pages long gives you all the clues channeled from the divine for specifically you that you need to know to go to Harmonious Twin Flame Union, the consciousness state it is all about, and from which your physical being together with your true twin flame is being birthed safely and guaranteed. At this time, you are also invited, if that feels for you, to come in for a big session. It's a 2-hour long, plus 20 minutes up front, and more services up front, plus afterwards an extra healing, and extra information, and more extra stuff session that is called Twin Flame Reset. In this reset, you will be transformed to the right state of energy and consciousness to go to your harmonious union state of being, to come into 3D twin flame union as quickly as can, as smooth as can. So give yourself that subtle realignment, reset of your inner space, so that you can go to the harmonious twin flame union space soon and with ease. That's why I developed this service. It's a tremendously beautiful opportunity that is here for you now. So if you want to give yourself the ultimate push forward, book yours now. You'll find the information about the webpage, where that is published below. Do you want to go to the brilliance of your harmonious twin flame union and manifest your mission business and be a candidate in that to become a creation coach helping other twin flame unions in the methodology that I provide as well? Then I have something for you. In 2024, I'm looking for one candidate that talks with me if they are the person fit to receive a 6-month closely working together with me, with 6 big sessions and 12 smaller in-between sessions, to get passed on from me to you everything that I stand for, or at least a huge chunk in coaching geared towards you. Then you are ready for the Twin Flame Brilliance package. And if you feel that that is for you, working with me closely in 2024, getting everything down that you may need, the Twin Flame Reset, the initiations, the mission business, finding out what it is and starting to build it, the becoming a candidate to be a real creation twin flame coach with me, with opportunity to help clients. If you think that's for you, then I invite you to come talk with me. And below, you'll find contact information of me, one way or another that seems fit to you. Contact me and I will provide you with the information, how we can find out if it's you. I only look for one person that is going to be that in 2024. And what is a way to do something in a way that actually works? And I will send you to this video because that's where I speak more about that. You'll see it in a couple seconds. Love from Petra.